Hello, nieces and nieces. How are you today? Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I'm SavingsFashionista, and over here we do mainly things fragrance, whether it's body or home. And we are here to talk fragrance today. So if you're interested in hearing about the fragrances or fragrance combinations that I wore starting the week of December 31st, please stay tuned. All right, so starting week December 31st, starting Sunday through Saturday, these are the fragrances and or fragrance combinations that I wore. Now, starting on Sunday, Sunday was a really laid back kind of day because we went out the night before and had a blast. So we actually stayed in the house all day Sunday, and I only remember just showering. I don't even remember putting on any body spray or anything because we were just in the house. And most days, even when I'm in the house, I put something on, but I don't think I put anything on that particular day. So starting on Monday, Monday, of course, was New Year's Day. And I had already made up in my mind the fragrance combination that I was going to wear because we made it to another year and it is always a celebration. So I started off with the fragrance from Bath and Body Works. This is Life of the Party. Look at the packaging. It screams New Year's all over the packaging. So the fragrance notes in this fragrance are pink citrus, bubbly prosecco, jasmine, and shimmering vanilla. Now, this is a really nice fragrance. I am so excited that I do have it in my collection because the time that it was released, it was during that transition time where I had decluttered so many of my Bath and Body Works products, and I was just not going out and buying everything that hit store. So I was able to pick this up last year at Winter SAS, and I am so glad that I got them both because this is definitely an effervescent type of fragrance. You do get that Prosecco note as well as that citrusy, fruity note. It does put me in the mind of a sweet pink grapefruit. So you definitely get that, and you do get that sweetness from the jasmine. I don't smell a whole lot of vanilla in here, but it works. It's really nice. So I started off with that, and then I went in with none other than Eden Sparkling Lychee from KayAli. This is her latest fragrance release, and this fragrance has notes of black currant, sparkling lychee, rose damascus, candied violet, sugared amber, and sandalwood. You guys, this is a feel-good type of fragrance. I think I wore this fragrance last week, and I talked about how KayAli fragrances, they just make me feel good. Some of them just make me feel good. And this one and another one are my top two of just like mood elevating type of fragrances. So you definitely get the effervescence in here. The sweetness that you get in here, it says that it's black currant, but I do, and maybe it's the lychee that's giving me that pear mixed with peach note that I'm getting because I really don't know what lychee smells like. So it's probably the lychee that I'm smelling, but this is a good time, you guys. So this is so good. Now, this particular day, we did not, I think we went out to get some food and that was it. But I still wore this, although I was in the house the majority of the day. So that was my fragrance cocktail for Monday, you guys. All right, now moving on into Tuesday. Tuesday was the second. That was like the day, okay, the party is over. Let's get back into the swing of things. So I started my day off with one of my favorite winter fragrances. And although it's one of my favorite winter fragrances, however, this is a fragrance that I have worn in all the seasons. So this is Oud Wood from Tom Ford. Now, this is a very new user oud friendly fragrance. So if you're new to oud, like I am still myself, I would recommend this. This is definitely one of those oud woody fragrances. You definitely smell the sandalwood. So if you're a sandalwood person, you're gonna like this. This is a balanced unisex fragrance. In my opinion, I completely enjoy it. I love to mix it with other fragrances and wear it in isolation. So I decided to mix it with the Cherry Ambition from the Seven Virtues. Now, this combination is not new to me because my essay shared oud wood with a sample of cherry smoke when I made the electric cherry purchase, and I fell so into it till I went that following week and I purchased the oud wood, but I had not put the cherry smoke in my collection as of today, but I have found a great alternative. So this Cherry Ambition, it has that heavy saffron as well as that deep cherry note. It says there's some vanilla and some marshmallow in here, but these two, they pair so good. This is probably one of the most sexiest combinations that I have enjoyed since mixing my fragrances. And my husband always compliments me on this. He really, really likes this fragrance. And I do think that both of these are unisex forward fragrance. So if you are a gentleman and you want to just kind of like sweeten your fragrance up just a tad bit, this is smoky enough to not come off as super feminine. So that was my fragrance cocktail for Tuesday. I'm moving on into Wednesday. I started off with Body Care from Bath and Body Works. This was one of my favorites from last year. This is the Midnight Amber Glow. This has smooth amber, caramel latte, and vanilla bourbon. Such a gourmand delight. This is so good, you guys. I'm almost done with this, and those of you who know, you know that it really takes some effort, wearing, and time to get through fine fragrance mist. It's just, it takes the longest, but I'm almost done with this, and I do have a backup. So I went in with these two items. So I wanted to play on that latte note that is in here. It doesn't give you a heavy coffee, and coffee and latte is different, but it does give you that smooth gourmand latte note. But I wanted to just amp up the coffee slash latte a little bit. So I went in with the Black Opium Le Parfum, and you know this is a vanilla coffee explosion, you guys. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I don't think that I was very fond of this when it was first released, but this is good, you guys. I will definitely replenish this once I make it through this bottle, and it's under half gone. So definitely enjoy this particular Black Opium, and this is the La Parfum. This is the one that came out the end of 2022, or was it the beginning of 2023? But this is the one that came out before the one that was just released. And then I wanted to add more vanilla, so I went in with the Libre by YSL, and this is the La Parfum. This is the one next to the latest one that was released. It is just so good. Now, I was a little afraid. I did not go in as heavy with this because, you know, this has a very high lavender note. But what I was really trying to pull out was that honey and ginger note to add with the other items that I just shared with you. And I sprayed this very lightly, but the mix, the combination was everything. So that was my fragrance cocktail for Wednesday. Now moving on into Thursday, my fragrance cocktail for Thursday was very gourmand, and I learned about the fragrances from one of the TikTok girlies, and I'm gonna have to start writing down these content creators' names. I can remember the content creators' names for the most part on YouTube because I've kind of like been with them for a while, and I can remember quite a few of the ones on Instagram that I have kind of like created a cyber friendship with. But the girlies over on TikTok, I mean, they're constantly in the stream, but it's some good information over there when you get ready to go. So I started off with the pumpkin pecan waffles, and I'm really confused. So can slow it down, girl. I'm really confused as to how this product is supposed to be used. So can someone let me know in the comments? I picked this up at an SAS, and the only reason that I picked it up is because the girlies were talking about how good this is. I never considered this. I'm not a fan of this fragrance, not even in candle form. So I saw it and I picked it up because it was 75% off, and it doesn't smell bad. It has fragrance notes of maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, and brown sugar. And I also wanted to have it because I knew that I was going to eventually add New Harlem, and you know that is a maple syrup explosion, New Harlem from Bun Number 9. So, but I'm a little confused because I don't know how I'm supposed to use this whipped body mousse. Is this for in the shower or out of the shower? Because when I applied it, and I did eventually rub it all the way in, I had to put some oil with it. It was a little sticky. So let me know in the comments what this used for, but I did use it. So if I had dried up soap on my body all day Thursday, that's what it was. So I started with this, and then I went in with Jolly Gingerbread Village. I picked this up because it was said by several people in the community that this is supposed to be a great alternative for the Jo Malone ginger biscuit. And I do agree to a certain level because I have sampled the ginger biscuit in Sephora, but I didn't like it enough to purchase it. So this has fragrance notes of golden gingerbread, vanilla icicles, and Yuletide timber. So I went in with this. Now, the girly over on TikTok, if you happen to be in here and you see this, you know who you are. And I apologize, I don't know your name. But she shared these two fragrances combined together without this body care stuff. That's just my little extra twist. But these two fragrances, oh, they are so good together. All right, so let's hear it. Went in with Tribeca by Bun Number 9, and this is almost empty, you guys. So that lets you know just how much I truly like this fragrance. This is so... Tribeca is an amber vanilla type of fragrance. Oh, it's good. It has notes of cacao. It has some hazelnut. It has caramel. I was about to say praline, but that's Greenwich that has praline in it. And it has a caramel note in it. It's good, you guys. So this is one of Bun's few I would consider gourmand fragrances. So I went in with this. Then I topped it off with the Althaïr from Parfums de Marly. So girl, you hit these two on the head. These combine so well together. And even when I saw her content and I went in my cabinet and I sprayed the two, I was like, I cannot wait to wear this. Now, you know, this is supposed to be designed for men, but this is definitely female friendly, you guys. This is a vanilla forward fragrance. It has some ginger and it has cinnamon in it. This is such a good fragrance. This is good. This is really, really good. This is one of my favorite winter fragrances as of today. This is new to my collection, but it has moved in on the favorites already. So this and those items that I shared with you from Bath and Body Works, that was an epic combination, you guys. So that was my fragrance combination for Thursday. Now, moving on into Friday, this fragrance combination was inspired by candles that I am currently burning in my space. So in the kitchen, I have toasted pistachio burning, the pistachio candle that everybody loves. Is really good, and I hope they do one more round of it before the spring stuff come in, because I did not pick but one up. I picked one up, I think, at Candle Day, but I'm hoping that they do us one more spin before the season of winter is complete. Then I lit a In the Stars from Bath and Body Works. Yeah, I lit this In the Stars. I have one of those going. And the aroma that was traveling its way up the stairs and as I walked into that space was just so delightful. So I started thinking, how can I recreate this as a fragrance? So, you know, they have said that In the Stars is an alternative for Baccarat Rouge. I don't know if I completely agree with that, but okay, to someone else's nose, they said it. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try to recreate what I'm smelling. So I started off with the Baccarat Rouge body cream, body butter. So I started off with that. And this is highly fragranted. So if you need to mix, or if you're not a person that's really into fragrances, but you want to smell something, I would recommend starting to purchase the body creams and mix a little oil with it, and I do think that you still can have a fair experience. It's just not going to be as loud. So I went in with this and I mixed it with the pistachio body butter. So I use these two as my body moisturizer. Now, I then went in with this because I did want a little extra almondy note, and I kind of wanted to make it a little smooth. And this fragrance that I'm about to share with you, it has almonds and it has milk, so it gives you that lactonic vibe. So I went in with the Blanche Bets. Hear me out. So then I went in with the Blanche Bet. So you're getting the milk and the almonds from this. This is such a pretty fragrance, but it does give you a little floral aspect, but it's balanced enough where you smell the floral as well as the lactonic notes. So then I went in with the fragrance, and I only did like 2 squirts of this. And look at this. This is bottle number 2, and it's about time for bottle number 3, but I'm not ready for the price tag. So then I went in with this. I only did like 2, I think I did 3 spritz. I did in here, right here in this area. So I went in with 3 spritz very lightly. And then I just went out of control with my favorite, of course, the pistachio. And you guys, it's like those 3 different fragrances, they were fighting. They were like in a boxing ring with each other, because as I'm moving throughout the day, it's like she'll show out. Then I'll get a whiff of Blanche Bets, and then Baccarat Rouge is sneaking in from the rear. So I love when my fragrances just play on one another or play on me like that, because it's like they're trying to and look at me personifying fragrance. How weird is that? But you'll understand if you are into this fragrance thing. It's like they're in competition with one another, and I just love it because I'm really getting to fully experience them all. And you know, by the time midday reach, it's like they are in this kumbaya and they have become one. So totally enjoyed this fragrance cocktail. So if you have these items in your collection, I would definitely recommend that you try them just to see how it works for you. And on Saturday was a laid back kind of day, and I was just in a mood and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to wear. And I just went to something that I don't have to think about, because who doesn't always want to feel pleasure? So this fragrance right here, it does it for me. This is bottle number 2, you guys. And I am completely just in love with this right now. So I do plan on purchasing another, because I do see that some of KayAli fragrances, they do go away for some time, and I don't want to ever be without this in my fragrance collection. So probably at the VIB sale, if Sephora has it, because they sell out of this a lot, I do plan on getting just a backup, just to have it in the back of the cabinet for, just in case. But this was my fragrance for Saturday. So those were my fragrances and fragrance combinations for this past week. Today is a new week. It is Sunday, and I have already started with something really fun. So if you're interested in hearing about what's to come, stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next video. I greatly appreciate you. And do not forget, you, yes, you are great. Bye-bye.